Welcome, people. I'm very exhausted today. I went running today. You know, Monday, Thursday I always go running, so I'm just feeling, and I gave my all. Like I'm trying to like actually, break my record and keep that timing, which I did this week. I did. But it is hard. 15 kilometers, roughly 1 hour, 5 minutes. Under 1 hour, 5 minutes, 30 seconds. So anything under that is good. And I managed to do that. Monday was 1 hour, 5 minutes and 2 seconds. And today was 1 hour, 5 minutes and I believe 15 seconds. If I can do that 3 to 4 more times, then I can step it up to 16 kilometers. So I'm just very exhausted. So, before we go on, I'm aware that this is a tale that is connected to basically an overarching story. There's multiple tales connected to, there's multiple, I cannot speak. There's multiple tales connected to this. I'm pretty sure I read one of them. I think the introductory anti-memetics. I'm pretty sure that's the one where like somebody got chased, right, by some like being, right, and yeah, because they were confronting Gray. Yeah. That's not sure where, because I'm looking at this, so I'm trying to like just figure out. There's no anti-memetics division. I guess that's like that's like chapter 1, I guess, and that's chapter 2, and what we're reading in the trenches with the dead is what we're reading today is chapter 3, I assume. I did talk to Howard about this, and at the end I just wanted to make sure I'm not accidentally reading something that's maybe a bit too complicated, because I do know that I think when I read 2111, this was mentioned in it, or at least somebody in the chat mentioned this one, and I was like, oh, I will do it as a subscriber special. Of course, I didn't know it was this deep into it, into the anti-memetics division story. And maybe part of me thought we are gonna be a lot further with the SCPs before I hit the subscriber number. It's actually, I really do appreciate how high or how fast I'm gaining subscribers. I do really appreciate that. So I'm just gonna read this. There's a bunch of side stories and connections to other part of this anti-memetics division tales. I'm just gonna read this specific log though. Even though a lot of them are pretty short, or at least average short to read through, I am just, I'm at my wit's end. I need to lay down afterwards, just to make my body actually relax. Because after running, I did take a bath, but after that, I just did things. My body's just like, hey, you're not actually fully recovered yet from your run. But hey, in the trenches with the dead, that's where we are. And that's what we're going to read today. If you can read this, you are already dead. 2.10 5 Dogmas of Defense. The Identity Warrior must depend on 5 key elements of identity for defense in IWT, as well as for long-term survival. We call these 5 elements dogmas because you must believe them if you are going to survive. 2.10.1 Names. Use the mnemonic. Oh my god, how do you... Why today? Of all the days. Let's see. Pronunciation. Mnemonic. Oh, so the M is... Of course it is. Mnemonic names to remember your 5 dogmas. Narrative, Anchor, Mission, Emotion, Society. Narrative, Anchor, Mission, Emotion, Society. Narrative, Anchor, Mission, not a mission. Narrative, Anchor, Mission, Emotion, Society. Okay. I got it. Identity Warfare Training Field Manual 1 Basic Techniques. So this is what I saw when I opened up the table the first time, and that's why I had to like ask somebody first, is that we have 3125, and I had to, just to double check this, I had to actually look into 3125 that we, yeah, this. So it is, this description and special containment procedure is, I believe, different than what is actually happening here. Well, I can tell. I did not read the other one. I just looked at the general, like the first like sentence, just to be like, hey, am I accidentally like looking at something in the future where we will be getting there in a couple months anyway? Just to be sure. But we're good. SCP-3125 Mobile Task Force Omega 0 Iteration. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. The ongoing incursion by SCP-3125 is to be monitored and opposed by Mobile Task Force Omega 0 Ara Orun wherever possible. Foundation anti-memetics researchers are to be protected while alive, and in the event of their deaths, the nascent info streams are to be defended against SCP-3125. Predation in order to facilitate MTF. Not sure what that symbol is. We can look it up. Maybe. Meaning is, please. Omega. It is. Does Omega have like multiple different symbols, or am I just? Because that's the one I'm used to. Oh, is this like a? Is this like a capital Omega and this is like a? Ah, it is. Yeah, it is like a lowercase Omega. Gotcha. I actually need to like look at the Greek alphabet just to like keep this in mind, because they're so often being used in the SCP world that I always look like a dumbass, which is nothing new, but I always look like an idiot when whenever they come by. Survivors are to be infected with a Type X targeted retrograde amnestic anti-meme, and all SCP-3125 information is to be erased. The SCP-3125 containment unit at Site-41, designed by Dr. Bart Hughes, is theorized to be inverted containment and represents a medically insulated space in which, just double checking, in which informational construct entities cannot enter. This includes both SCP-3125 and MTF Omega 0 operatives. A senior anti-memetics division staff member must visit SCP-3125 every 6 weeks, 42 days. During this visit, a MTF Omega 0 Revenant team is to manifest in the SCP-3125 containment at the chamber and stand by to provide support and defense, if needed, to the staff member upon exit. Description: SCP-3125 is an invasive memetic ecology, or possibly a single large self-organized informational construct originating in an informational system or alien noosphere with much higher complexity than that of humanity. As such, these incursions are naturally adept at identity warfare and are to be considered extremely dangerous. This system is able to detect and perceive unsecured info streams that include information about itself. Conventional cryptography and most foundation memetic and anti-memetic techniques are all inadequate. IWT may be effective, and MTF Omega 0 currently appears to be either successfully camouflaged from this detection or to be not of interest to it. Whenever and wherever this information is detected, an incursion occurs, resulting in a manifestation of anti-memetically cloaked arachnoid organisms supported by sustained info-laser assault. What the hell? This incursion... I don't have that available right now. I was about to play the Dante, like, what the hell is this? This incursion attacks any person who hosts information pertaining to SCP-3125, as well as individuals with close association, based on similarity of... Now, what is this word? I already got roasted for like saying memetic wrong. So it says here this, or the... Here's the thing, since I've never seen that word before, I don't even know if it's written correctly or if it's just a made up word. Well, they're killing them and erasing them from the noosphere. The noosphere. The result of this is that of the over 400 groups once known to MTF Omega 0 that were engaged in antimemetics research, only two remain. The Foundation's antimemetics and counter-conceptual divisions. The other groups were not only eliminated but forgotten and unremarked. Their very existence is buried under sophisticated feedback reinforced antimemetic structures. Yeah. As the start of this page did say, if you can read this, you are already dead. Which is not reassuring to hear or to read, you know? Today, 36 incursions have been successfully defeated by MTF Omega 0 Revenant teams, but at significant casualties, resulting in the unrecoverable zeroing of 13 operatives and significant and permanent identity damage to 17 more. Once a researcher is targeted, these attacks will continue until they are either killed or suffer retrograde amnesia such that they no longer possess relevant information. In the event that this is the precursor to an attack, humanity defenses are now largely eliminated. Counter-conceptual division's superior antimemetic defenses appear to have cloaked it from SCP-3125, but at the cost of their own ignorance. They appear to have deliberately rendered themselves incapable of conceptualizing SCP-3125 as a countermeasure, making them unable to mount a response. Antimemetics Division is theorized to be working on a containment strategy within the SCP-3125 containment chamber, but as a result, the division under constant and undetected assault. Over 3,500 division personnel have been killed since 2012, and only 27% have retained coherent enough info streams for successful recruitment to MTF Omega 0. Anti-meme always seems like so it's such a big thing, of course, in the SCP Foundation, right? In the SCP world, is that because anti-meme is basically the closest to normalcy, like a synonym for normalcy, right? Because the amount of information that humanity will share with each other if they find out an SCP is real. I mean, a lot of civilians have found out and then got their memories erased. But like, if the entirety of humanity understood that an SCP is real, through memetic means of like information being traveling along, you know, information, word of mouth, pictures, videos, audios, anything like that, just going around, it would cause chaos. So anti-meme is, in my head, like the closest, like what is like the most important aspect is to like just make sure nothing spreads. Just make it sure that you just don't even remember this thing to begin with. Now we have Omega 2.10.1.1 narrative. We are only the narrative, anchor, mission, emotion, society. Narrative, we are only the stories we tell about ourselves. Identity warriors must have clear and self-consistent narrative of self. All attacks against your identity fundamentally target this narrative and either attempt to edit it or cause it to be forgotten. Your narrative is you. If you lose control of it, then you are lost. Yeah, that is fair. That makes sense. 2.10.1.1-A CIB, you will maintain a core identity biography. Okay, according to the standards given in Section 3 of all times. This document is subject to inspection by your superiors. Identity Warfare Training Field Manual 1 Basic Techniques. Manifestation Log, Operation Cold City. Team Remnant 3, Roster, Lynn Marnus, Leader, Field Memeticists, Santosh Desai, Identity Defense, Tori Smith, Identity Offense, Riley Cooper, Quick Space Manipulation. Briefing today at 10:30, Director Wheeler is scheduled for her visit to the SCP-3125 chamber. I don't need to remind you of the significant threat that SCP-3125 represents, that our primary hope in mounting an effective defense is whatever Director Wheeler has been doing in that chamber. Remnant 3, you got... Do I have some water with me? Nope, it's empty. You're directed to manifest at Site 41 near the SCP-3125 containment. I just now realized I don't have any. I didn't drink my... Containment subs. Okay. Containment airlock and await return of Director Wheeler. You have to render whatever aid he appears to need and defend against any assault by SCP-3125 entities. Your manifestation's codename Operation Cold City has been inserted into the relevant systems and is standing by for activation. Remember, we are the Saints who guard. Nice. Amos Sanchez, Operations Director, MTF Omega 0. Begin manifestation log. Manifesting Marnes L, Desire S, Smith Z, and Cooper. So all of them are here. So okay, all right, ghosties. So again, he's a leader. So all right, ghosties, we are logged in. Let's get video up. Video feed shows the SCP-3125 containment antechamber where Seoul researcher Paul Kim is sitting at a terminal. The airlock occupation indicated is lit. Lineberger. Defensive status. Situation is nominal. There's still that pressure that's been Site 41 for at least a year. But other than that, we are secure. Roger that. Stay alert, Saints, and let's hope Marion comes out of there with something this time. And then we have 2.10.1.2 anchor. Yes, now we're going for narrative to anchor. Okay, so we're gonna go to mission afterwards, and emotion, and then society at the end, huh? Your anchors are those among the quick who remember you. Strong anchors knew you well, grieved for your loss, and have taken nest eggs at some point in their careers. Initially, you'll need your anchor to survive, but you can and will learn to do without. A strong anchor can be a powerful asset to the identity warrior. You can learn to use your anchor to sustain your narrative, learn to sense your anchor's location, and emotional state, and even manifest at your anchor's location. Interesting. So I almost wanted to ask, like, do you think Deadpool got the whole like anchor person from this? I don't think that's the case, but who knows? You know. 2.10.1.2a CS rating. By utilizing exercises in Section 3, you'll be able to quantify the strength of your anchors. This is the CS chain strength. Scale. To qualify for field operations, you'll need at least one anchor with a CS of 4.5 or higher. And then warfare training, field manual 1 basic techniques. So now we have Smith. Hey Riley, did you know about our boy Santosh has the strongest recorded anchor in the task force? CS 7.8? Really? I didn't even know that was possible. That's a logarithmic scale, right? Who's your anchor, Santosh? My dad. I really don't like talking about it. No secrets between the dead, son. Yeah, okay. I've been dead for nearly a decade now. He keeps sending me emails, blames himself, and can't move on. Deliberately makes sure he's amnestic qualified so he never forgets a thing. It sucks for him. It's uncomfortable for me, and a significant asset for Omega Zulu. Jesus, that sucks. What's he looking at? We got a hostile vector here, boss. You want to Casper this? They're saying, Cooper, keep an eye on Kim here. He's compromised. Yeah. This is definitely 3125 stuff. Like we fought in 76. Injecting counter meme. Come on, pal. Think. On the video feed, the airlock starts to cycle. Kim gets up, stalled, and goes to the door. It cycles open. Martin Wheeler is lying on the bottom of the chamber. Do you feel that? She's under an info laser assault. I'm blocking it, but I don't know for how long. Cooper, start composing message for Wheeler. Try to warn her. On it. On the video feed where Wheeler is still huddled at the bottom of the airlock, Kim is talking to her. He unfolds a pocket knife and leans down towards Wheeler. I'm de-threading him, or whatever it is that's puppeting him. His entire meme. So is this just me mom? Me mom! It's me mom! Is it me mom? Or is it... It's because it's me mom. Me mom sounds weird. Me mom... Nothing sounds good. Me mom. You know, I'm just gonna say me mom. His entire me mom has been overwritten. And that's where Inda now is tightly bound. I never seen anything like this. It's trying to override her too. I'm shielding for now. Wheeler and Kim are struggling. Wheeler parries a thrust and kicks Kim hard. He flies through and is flung against the wall. Fuck you. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, man. Blood streams out of Kim's nose and flows into words on the wall behind him. Wheeler, Staff 41 under siege, compromised. Wheeler searches up and glances at the message. He then looks directly into the camera and clearly enunciates, "I'm okay. I remember the plan," and sprints out of the containment chamber. Wheeler sprints down the corridor, heading to the pharmacy. Around her, Side 41 begins to suffer structural failure. A section of ceiling's tower collapses behind her, and the dog-sized arachnoid organisms drop out and begins to skitter after Wheeler. Suddenly, it staggers and blunders into the wall. Behind it, another spider drops out of the ceiling. These things. Oh wait, these things. Alright, I've got the first one's thread. Got pretty confused about what it is right now. The second spider comes spontaneously crumbles into the ball and stops moving. Yeah, I don't like spiders. A third one drops down and slowly stacks after Wheeler. Got this one, they're fighting back. Something bit me. Hang on. I'm Riley Cooper. I broke my brother's tooth with a basketball when I was 12. I'm Riley Cooper. Good to go. Yeah, the feeling for your threat, I'm on it. The two remaining spiders fold suddenly in on themselves and are crushed into a ball. A dozen more spiders fall from the ceiling in quick succession, followed by a shower of debris from the weakened floor above. Got them all? Whoa, that's some hardcore poltergeist stuff, rookie. Yeah, I'm really pissed off. The video feed switches rapidly and Revenant 3 catches up with Wheeler as she reaches the pharmacy. Writhing tendrils of dog static are slowly growing in from the edges of the frame. The informational environment is becoming corrosive to coherent data. We're going to lose their cameras. I'll hold them as long as I can. As Wheeler enters the pharmacy, a woman lurking behind the door launches for her with an injector, mouthing something incoherent. Wheeler quickly backpedals and parries the arm away from her neck. No! A heavy medical cabinet shakes loose from its bolt and hurls across the room and into the pharmacist's skull, shattering it and grounding into the floor. Wheeler falls backwards and lands hard, then glances at the remains of the pharmacist with a visible shudder and pulls herself up, moving into the most secure part of the vault. She's going to need 3-factor identification to get what she needs, if she's doing what I think she's doing. This thing is screwing up information all over. It's definitely playing havoc with the security systems. I'm not sure the scanner even can recognize biometrics anymore. Good thing my team was the one that designed these systems in the first place. And I'm in. Marion's my anchor. These systems can't forget her now, so long as she can't forget me. No promises there, boss. With what's in there, she won't live to forget anything ever again. Yeah, we'll see. Wheeler moves past the catatonic personnel lying in fetal curls among the dead and dying. Another feeds living personnel are mouthing incomprehensible guttural chants as they carve strange glyphs into themselves and each other. Wheeler is following arrows drawn on the walls in blood. A path that avoids contact with the infected. Oh, I see there's a audio log down there. So let me actually prepare the necessary things so you guys can actually hear it well. Nope, that's the wrong thing. Here we go. That should work. Okay. Let's go on with this first. And then a rat towards block C. Roger that. Shit. Collapse. There goes... Shit. Collapse. There goes area 11. It's completely impassable. No way for her to get the armory now. We can work with this. Coop. Tear that wall open to the north. She can cut through there to the elevators. Come to think of it, there's probably something in there she can use. As Wheeler approaches the intersection, the opposite wall peels open, revealing an unlit containment vault. Rows of standard containment locker room silently in the darkness. Zoe? Oh, Zoe? Yeah, probably. No, probably Zoe, huh? Because isn't Zoe with a Y? I mean, I guess it depends on, like... But, like, she could say Zoe. Zoe, she needs light. Yes, she does. I'll need music. Okay, here we go, guys. I'll mute myself and we'll enjoy this. All right. Motes of dust floating in the new entrance are visibly gathering together and coalescing. After a few seconds, a glowing ectoplasmic curve takes form, then another, and then dozens. They resolve into recognizable patterns, a swarm of softly glowing spectral moths that swirl around Wheeler as she steps over the shredded steel wall into the vault. No surveillance in there. We're blind. The vault isn't on the plans either. Wait, the vault isn't on the plans either? What is it doing down? What is it doing there? Safeguard containment inherited from the unthinkables, long lost and forgotten by everyone. Well, everyone except me. Cooper, can you reach in there? Probably, yeah. Probably. Hello, yeah. 3 rows in, second locker from the right. Combination is 23, 19, 32. Only 1 lock. Those were simpler times. Got it? What's in there? We confiscated it from high energy when it turned out the alien disintegrator was actually just turning targets into antimetic worms that the rest of the Foundation couldn't see. Then we made sure they forgot they ever had a SCP-7381. A section of wall in Area 9 suddenly flashes into a shower of tiny white worms, and Wheeler steps through the hole. Over a quarter of the image is now obscured by the roiling tentacles of static at any time. Right on schedule. Looks like they're going coherent. There's 6 massing the near elevators, and they stopped cutting on each other. They're just waiting. Not getting around them. She's going to have to go through. It's getting worse than before. Like a hand has reached into them and is now wearing the thinnest notion of people as finger puppets. I'm trying to de-thread them. All of this connects, but none of it makes sense. There's no semantic content. It's like it's all just structure. But there's no pattern, no meaning. Fuck 'em. Still made of meat. The feed switches to a view of the front of the elevator, barely visible behind the static. One of the 6 people waiting bursts into flames. He runs screaming into the woman in front of him, who also ignites. One by one, 3 more collapse from internal bleeding and organ failure. When Wheeler appears around the corner, all but 1 are down. He aims the red 2-pronged mass of pipes at the remaining man, converting a quarter of his body mass into worms, then ducks into the elevator. The interior of the elevator is barely visible behind the static. An old corpse slumps under the words, "Gray is here." Scrawled on the wall, Wheeler is visible briefly speaking apparently to herself. It begins to descend. Boss, it's getting a lot worse. I remember I took some personal time when I got the diagnosis, which is new of course, but I didn't tell anybody else in ETA 11. I couldn't even tell Helen. I think that I went to Portland and met with Charlie. I told him over coffee. We were crying. But I don't understand. Why him? Didn't we need to stop him? I don't remember. Oh, I think I can hear the signal now. Hey Santosh, look at this thread that winds through your whole self-worth. Through all your relationships, all throughout your senses of duty and back again. Some pathetic little childhood trauma that you painfully nursed through life and death. Didn't your mother ever tell you not to pick at your boo-boos? It would be so easy to loop this around until the feedback just tears you wide open. Oh, is that okay? I see. Dad? You remember the placement test? I got 95 on it. What the hell, Zoe? Damn it, Smith, you are an MTF Omega Zero operative. Even death could not release you from duty, and you are sure as hell on relief now. Zoe Smith died a long time ago. I'm just a biography who once played at being the woman it described. You're way too old to still be playing pretend, then. Grow up. Negative. Just try to get you people out of here. I'm going to activate the failsafe before he can finish killing us all. Santosh is coming apart. The shape will fall into the same flaws that destroyed the man, and then we'll be left defenseless. Won't that be awesome? Specialist Smith resets the IB to protected state. 3 Hierophant, 2 Moon. So it's like supposed to be a Hierophant, right? But 2 Moon, 1 Magician, 2 0 reset 0. Lynn, what part of higher complexity memetic ecology don't you get? The first thing it did was lock all your crew back to us behind it. I died letting you think I hated you. How could I do that? See this whole sad, meaningless life spilling out of this one tiny hole. Watch out. Don't get any protected adolescents on you. Protracted, not protected. And then the tongue out emoji. Inject the pacificate. Nice try, Riley, but you should leave editing to the pros. Have a flashback while I deal with the real threats. It's smiling at me. Why is it smiling at me? I died for a reason. For duty. I have a duty. I'm Santosh Desai, Killer Containment Special. No, Identity Defense Specialist. Mobile Task Force Omega Zero. And I will not falter, not even death. Threats go both ways, Smith. What? You can't. I think when I was sick, I tried to make up songs to the beat of the hospital machines. Why can't I remember the words? Oh hey, welcome back, Desai. Good job. How are you holding up? More or less together. Now, sir, I'm not coming apart anymore, anyway. I don't know if I can survive another de-threading like that. What can we do for Smith? Nothing, son. So he's gone. Just take Cooper and get the hell out of here. No way. No, nobody's left behind. Not ever again. And then we have Smith. Well, Smith. 5. In the power of 5. I can see you. Sir? It's over, son. Marion got the plan, but she's not coming out of here alive. And I'm going to stay to see her end this. You know how it is. You made that call yourself once. You need me here. Our fight's over, Riley. Now it's all up to Paul Hughes and Marion Wheeler. One way or the other. If this fails, it's going to be a tough fight up there. It's going to be a resistance. They'll need you in it. I need to stick with my anchor. Santosh, go to yours. Understood, Riley. Understood. Riley, listen to me. We're going to snap back to my dad. You heard your orders. What? But... Yeah. Okay. Fight another day, Saints. They're manifesting the say as Cooper R. Marion's got you now. You spidery son of a bitch. No. She doesn't. So you can communicate after all. Of course. You really shouldn't be able to. You are a fifth-dimensional pile of rotten ideas. An incomprehensible complex set of symbols devoid of meaning. Coherent dialogue is pretty much the opposite of what you are made of. Yet you are apparently engaging in it. What does that tell us? It's contamination both ways? Swallowed something too coherent once, I think. You got a little human-shaped lump inside you now, and you can't digest it. It's a an adaptable system of aggressively self-organizing information. It's spreading. Sorry about that. That surprised me too. It's spreading, simplifying and loading wherever there's contact. When we try to stop it, it just spreads faster, doesn't it? You know, I almost feel sorry for you, Lynn. You're consistently, eternally I killed you twice, and you keep turning up here at the end anyway. All those lost battles you almost won. 3 entire lost wars that you managed to come up with something that just might have worked if you only had more time. And then I get to watch you have to make yourself forget about it and start all over again. You don't deserve that kind of luck. Nobody does. Someone has to try. We only need to get it right once. I killed your whole team. I did it twice. I and then eventually I killed you anyway. I'll hunt your new team down, and I'm going to eat them. Bring them with me. And make them out of the hole. After you've watched, I'll just erase you. There's nothing in you that I need. You have the last chances, old man. The war is over. Finally. All that's left is Marion, a division of one. Dying from amnestic overdose 200 meters underground. Cared for by no one known not to exist to no one. No one except a handful of has left over, soon to be part of an immortal, unkillable idea. David stops and the feed switches to an airlock. This camera is better shielded and the picture clears. Wheeler opens the door and steps into the airlock. Even this doesn't kill you. I know we hurt you. How do you feed Wheeler? Ideas can be killed. How? With better ideas. Infection goes both ways. You call a case of us. The airlock's complex outer door. The airlock's complex outer door folds closed. Signal lost. 2. All hands. From Director Sanchez. Subject loss of Site 41. Saints, I regret to inform you that Site 41 was erased by Anti-Memetics Division this morning, taking with the rest of Anti-Memetics Division, as well as MTF Omega 0 Agents Lynn, Marnes, and Zoe Smith. No information can survive there now. All knowledge of Anti-Memetics Division and its people is gone from the quick. Only we, the dead, remember them. For many of you, this means you have lost anchors. This is regrettable, but does not have to be catastrophic. Remember, without anchors, you must rely even more upon the remaining 4 dogmas of defense, but they will sustain you. Furthermore, we're now very clearly at war, and it's just as clear that we are certainly losing it. SCP-3125 was never contained at Site 41, but rather the containment chamber may have been the only place it isn't designed to develop a plan to combat the invasion without detection. We have no idea if there even was such a plan, and currently have no way to retrieve it, if there was. It's unclear how long we have before it targets us directly, but recent developments indicate that it is capable of doing so. All MTF Omega 0 operatives should exercise extreme caution and be prepared to defend yourselves. It's now clear that Dr. Bart Hughes was aware of the threat before he disappeared, long before the rest of us knew. If he had anticipated this, it's possible Dr. Hughes had a plan to win this war. Hughes, whereabouts unknown among the quick, nor is he among us. It is imperative that we find him, wherever he is, alive or dead. Remember, we are the Saints who guard. Amos Sanchez, Operation Director, MTF Omega 0. Now, this is definitely one of those cases where I feel like if I potentially read this tale in order instead of like randomly, then maybe I would have a bit better understanding, especially because SCP-3125. I haven't read that one yet. I will see. I probably will come back to this once I have reached SCP-3125 and see if I understand this a little bit more. But I do like the idea of having an anchor. It's kind of like the idea of like you're never truly dead until you're forgotten. You know, kind of the moment nobody remembers you, that's when you die. That's when you cease to exist fully. At least that's like doesn't have to be your perspective on life, but it is definitely something that a lot of cultures have adapted and have lived that way for a long time. So having like the idea of anchors is really interesting to me. I wish we saw more about the mission Emotion Society, which maybe is like the next chapter. That I will do a thin dangerous line. I'm gonna check if that's potential. Yeah, it is. It is here. So this will looks like this will just keep on going on. I think, you know what? Let this be like I already had an intro to the Anti-Memetics Division, but let this be a prologue for myself to potentially actually read the entirety of Anti-Memetics Division. I have to check with people when would be a good moment to do that. And then, yeah, I'll potentially record myself reading every single chapter of this, and then like have a full-on understanding. So again, right now, people, you probably are yelling at me, like probably telling me like, hey, read the next part, the mission and part that's still pretty important, or read this and that. But for now, that will have to wait. But yeah, I think once I reach 3125, sorry, I'll give this another chance. I do see there is. Okay, so he says like there is some more Anti-Memetics SCPs, which is 4773, but I don't think this is technically that had like that. I don't need to read that before reading this. It does seem like 3125 is one of the SCPs that I have to definitely read, and 2828 as well, which we are coming to that eventually. We're in the 2600, so we'll get there. But I feel like once I finish 31215, I'll read all of these parts, make it into a one big ass video, and just make it and have an Anti-Memetics Division hub video ready for y'all. I will probably not, of course I will be careful not to reread Introductory Anti-Memetics or In the Trenches with the Dead or 2111 and all this stuff. But yeah, I think that's gonna be the plan. And I'm gonna actually write that down right now. Here we go. YouTube sub goals. After 3125, read the entire Anti-Memetics Division tales. Make it into a giant video. Do not read intro into the. Let me just copy and paste this. There we go, and these two. There we go. There we go. That's. I think sounds like a plan. That sounds like a plan. It will be a sub goal, of course, just like this video is. So I'm not going to just record it and immediately post it. I will probably wait till I have reached a certain amount of subscribers and then be like, okay, you guys, here we go. Potentially, I kind of would like that to be a sub goal for like maybe the 1,500. I'm not sure if this channel will ever explode enough to reach those numbers. I don't know. I mean, I'm getting a sub per like probably like 28 subs per month. Sometimes 25 or 20, at least 20. So it is possible. But yeah. All right. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. The next video should be coming out very soon. In like a couple hours potentially after this video is out. And anybody who's watching this video, I hope I see you on Twitch this weekend, this Saturday, for the 2610s. All right. And if you see this video later, I hope that the weekend, that the Saturday or Sunday coming up for you all, maybe you join me for whatever SCP I get to read at that moment. But other than that, the AfroFluff with you, wish you all good morning, afternoon, evening, and ciao.